Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sick Minds of Matt and Eric. Uh, I'm Eric, and with me, as always, one of my best friends, Matt. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great now that the U.S. team won against Iran. That was severe butt clenching. I was clenching my butt the whole time, so that was intense. I'm just happy it's over now.
Right? Oh man, what a crazy week. So it's the week after Thanksgiving,
Yep.
and I don't know about you, but Thanksgivings have always been kind of crazy in my family. Like I didn't go to my parents' place obviously because I'm up here in Michigan and they're down in Florida, but we went to Rebecca's place, our parents or whatever, and what a nightmare driving through Detroit on Thanksgiving. That
Oh, I
that's all I have
bet.
to say. Yeah,
Oh, I
and it
bet.
wasn't even Thanksgiving Day. I had this is the first time. Yeah, no, this is actually the first time ever where I had Thanksgiving and the Friday off and the weekend off because before I started working for the university, I did basically kitchen maintenance, which you don't get a day off, right? Because people got to eat. Yeah, like it doesn't matter like what it is, people got to eat. So you got to fix equipment if the equipment's down. And then before then, realistically, it was like it was Disney, and you don't get a day off either. So like,
Yeah, trust me, I know that. I mean, when holiday week came, I was like, put it in that extra time. Give me that money,
yeah. Um,
which is
you
not
you got you got
nowhere
to like.
near as much as I make now. Still, even with all that overtime.
I'm gonna ask this question again because I have something planned later this week for everybody. But I'll get this question out of the way now, and then we can answer it again when the time comes. But do you have any like foods that your like grandparents make that is just so fucking good, and then you ask them like how they do it, and then they tell you and you regret it? Like
Well, so
grandmas are fucking scary. That's all I'm saying.
so here's the thing. All my grandparents are dead, so
Okay.
I won't be
I
able to answer that
I
question.
apologize. Or
No,
what about
that's
parents then?
uh yeah. So I love my mom's stuffing, and it's just like I know for a fact I would not be able to recreate it. I would not be like it wouldn't. It's like I know like even if I had like all the ingredients right, did everything right, it probably still wouldn't taste as good as my mom's.
I agree with you. Like my mom makes like the best food, and if I try, it just ends up being terrible. And I'm just like, I my mom doesn't measure anything,
Nope.
so it's not like there's a recipe to it. I just like, well, how do you know if there's enough seasoning? And it's literally those memes that you see with like Hispanic people, like your soul just tells you, like you'll know. Well, my soul ain't telling me shit. Like I either put not enough and it just tastes bland, or way too much, and I'm like, yep, I'm just eating salt. Like,
I will say you and I have definitely made some good food when we lived in Florida, but nothing to write home about.
right? Yeah, it's. I mean,
Those turkey
we
burgers, though. Those
oh
turkey
the turkey burgers,
burgers. Those
the
turkey
turkey burgers
burgers.
and the steaks
Yeah.
were like top notch. But is there something about this like parents' food? And I don't know if it's like a nostalgia thing or you just grew up with it, so you're just like, ah, yes, this is comfort. It's that comfort food. But there's something about grandma's. Like I remember one year, and I'm not gonna say the exact recipe because I honestly don't remember what she told me, but I'm gonna give you the gist of it. I asked like, "Oh my God, how'd you make this?" I'm like, "Oh, the secret is like when you're preparing
Don't
the
measure
turkey."
shit. That's a
Yeah,
secret.
well, well, she was trying to tell me. She's like, "Oh, there's like that added flavor," and I couldn't make out what it was. And like, yeah, so basically they cook everything fresh, right? So they like they kill the turkey and everything like that, and they're just like, well, we use every part of the turkey, so what we do is we take out the brains and we mash it up and we mix it with the sauce. And I'm just like, oh my God, grandma, you're fucking terrifying. Like, what are you
Jesus
doing?
Christ.
Like,
Good
holy
God.
shit. I like
Wow.
Oh, I was this close to becoming a vegetarian. Like, who would have known this? I was
I
just
didn't
like,
need to know
oh.
that. I didn't need to know
And then
that.
she made me bacon, and I was just like, I don't care how you did it. It's
I
fucking
do.
great.
I do want to point out something real quick. I just noticed that this right here looks like I have cocaine and stuff. That's not it at all.
I was just gonna be like,
So
hey, what's that white powder you got going on over there?
so G Fuel has a DBC series right now for their energy drinks and stuff. So that's what I have. I have the Kamehameha one. This is not sponsored by G Fuel, but if
You
they
sure
want
could have
to,
fucking fooled me. Oh yeah, if they want to
but
sponsor us,
if
sponsor
they
us.
want to sponsor us, I'm all for it because you're talking to some of the biggest DBZ nerds here. You know,
Yeah, well, I mean, look at this. Look at this.
like
My
look at
fucking
that.
reach.
I got Yu Yu Hakusho pops. I got Goku Flying Nimbus. I got Goku Ultra Instinct up there. Vegeta's hidden, but Vegeta's back there. I love how I went. If Vegeta, he's hidden, but he's back there. You know.
Wait, a new technique. It's called hide.
So it's like if G Fuel, I'm going to at you at this. If you want to sponsor us, I'm all for it. Also, like I held this up and like everything focused beautifully, and then now it's back to
Now
looking,
won't
yeah,
focus because
yeah,
your face is too white.
yeah. I mean, I was tan when I was in Florida, but now it's
Well,
now.
that's because we were forced to be outside for 14 hours a day. Anyway, it's just, um, we've been playing Gotham Knights, and we have some thoughts on it, and we thought we'd share it with you guys.
I will say the reason why it took so long for us to record again, obviously, holiday week, and Saturday I was at Survivor Series War Games, so I was in Boston, and then yesterday I didn't think I was gonna be hanging out with my buddy because he said hasn't been feeling good, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm feeling better," so we went to the casino.
I was feeling better because of that cocaine powder you had over there.
I know, right?
That G Fuel.
I mean, it's called the.
It's made with sensu beans.
It's called Kamehameha. So, so G Fuel about that sponsorship.
You like it, by the way? Like,
Yeah,
really?
it's really good. It's really good.
Alright,
I've had I had their Sonic one when that came out. That one was really good. It was like peach ring flavored. It was fucking delicious. I honestly don't know what the flavor like of this is.
It's pure energy in the mouth.
Yeah, I felt like I could do a Kamehameha myself. Anyways, yeah, I can hear myself again, but whatever.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me turn it.
But
Okay.
Gotham Knights, we beat the story. We did some of the case files. I haven't done all of them. That dude, the echo's really bad all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Like, I literally turned you down, and then you know what? Hold on. Let me just see if this works. We're doing this live, everybody.
Yeah,
Not really.
people would be like, "Why don't you just edit this?" And it's like, no, because our mistakes are hysterical.
Yeah, our mistakes are hysterical, and I wish we were recording some of the gameplay of when we were playing Gotham Knights. And I, I it's not connecting yet. What the fuck? This is like taking forever. Anyway, I personally really enjoyed the game, and I feel like you did too. But we are going to be critical of this game because we played it for quite a few hours.
Well, typical you fashion. You played without me. Whenever we play a fucking co-op game, always have to put time in yourself, and so you have an extra like 10 hours on me. But I gotta be really critical of this game because although I did enjoy it, the story, honestly, people, you could probably finish the main story in like 5 hours. I'm not gonna lie, you could probably finish it in 5 hours.
Yeah, if you just rush through it, you could do it in 5 hours. But then again, like I don't think you'd be max level by the end.
No, but honestly, it like I felt like we powered through it, and then we went into hard mode on New Game Plus, and it's not hard. I'm gonna be honest, it's not hard. I was like, did we turn it on hard mode because I feel like we're just one shotting people.
I think we pretty much were one shotting people, and I think it's because we got our builds down, and then we started the game over again. And I'm pretty sure the game like progressively makes the enemies harder because it's assuming that you have like no gear in the beginning of the game. because to me, on normal difficulty, the end game enemies were harder than the hard difficulty beginning game enemies, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure like once we get to the end game of New Game Plus, um, it'll probably be difficult. Also, it's the 29th, so there is actually DLC today. They released the new DLC. So we'll probably have to check that out and then come back to this again and let you know how we like the DLC.
Yeah, I will say the story was interesting. The ending, I'm gonna be honest, pissed me off. The ending did piss
Yeah.
me off. Before we continue talking about the ending, I just want to talk about some of the bugs that bother me. First off, what the fuck's the point of the bike after you get your R2 move? Like, what's the point?
Oh,
Especially when you're Jason Todd and like, like, I just was like,
here,
I was
you know who the bike
hopping.
was for? The bike is for Robin
Yeah,
because his R2 move, while very useful in battle, is absolute garbage moving around the map.
because
Like,
like everyone else, I'm just like, wee.
yeah. At first, I was the same way. I'm just like, there's no point in having this bat cycle until I played Robin. I was just like, oh, I get it. That's his fast travel because the other one just fucking sucks. Like, like if I have to go halfway across the map, first off, I'm just gonna like fast travel over there, and then I'm gonna use the bike and then move because they like their alternate flying condition. Let's talk about that actually. So Red Hood's is a jump,
A
right? And he
Mystic
uses
Leap. I would know because I kept yelling
Mystic
Mystic
Leap.
Leap, Mystic Leap.
Where basically he gathers the energy that he got from like the Lazarus pit and he bounces from spot to spot. He looks like a fucking kangaroo just going around town.
Honestly, yeah.
Badass kangaroo, but yeah, it's a kangaroo. Um, Batgirl is traditional Batman. There's
Yep.
literally just like there's no difference. Like, if Batman with tits, I'm good, and I'm canceled now. But like it's she plays like Batman, and she glides like Batman. It's just a cape
She's
and you
fucking
glide.
overpowered though.
She is broken, absolute broken. Um, Nightwing is a jetpack, literally. Except you're not like wearing it as a backpack. He kind of just hangs like this and just goes wee,
Yeah, I
and
just
just
hear
kind
you
of
like.
flies around the city.
I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fuck is that noise?
and then Robin's is the coolest of them all, but it's got like a 7 or 8 second cooldown, right? So, or it's not even a cooldown. You can only do it for 7 or 8 seconds at a time, and then you have to do it again, which is basically he uses the satellite from the Justice League to teleport him somewhere else. But you have to like move your cursor there, and then he blinks. So basically, he like pops up and then disappears, and pops up and then disappears. And it's annoying because it's not as fast as the other travels, and the fact that you have to re-engage it when you pop out of it. So it's very active. It's not just like holding down R2 with Nightwing
Or
or
Jason Todd.
Batgirl. Is that what you do? You just hold down R2?
You can. I found that
Oh,
out after a while.
I didn't know you could just hold it down. But yeah, like, and everybody else has. Well, I take it back. So Robin, if you're staying in the same area and you're not going far, is better than everybody else's because you can pinpoint exactly where you're going to land every single time. And the fact that you teleport allows me to get like stealth grabs way easier than anybody else. But that's the whole point of Robin is he's just a stealth character, and if anybody spots you, he's not doing. He can do combat damage, but he's not going to do as much combat damage as anybody else in the game.
Yeah.
And, and then you have your AOE people, which is basically Batgirl, which is just fucking busted. Her thing is like AOE staying alive, and then
She doesn't die. She
yeah, she
doesn't
does
die.
die.
She has life steal, pretty much.
And Jason's Todd is just like, well, I'm super strong, so I'm gonna grab everybody
Yeah,
because
I'm
he can
like
grab anybody.
the tanks, like the enemy tanks. I think were like, he's grabbing me. He's grabbing me. What am I gonna do? Oh God, he's throwing me. He's throwing me. And like the scary thing is Batgirl. Her fucking moves. she can just interrupt any of the like tank's moves and just like, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you right now. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you. I don't give a shit. I'm beating you up. Like,
And Nightwing. Oh my god. Nightwing's so fucking busted. So I think they're all busted in their own way. Because Nightwing has this thing where I can bounce off of enemies. I'm sure you've seen me do it.
yeah,
Like I bounce off of one guy and then I'm just jumping on people, and then when he finally lands, he break dances and like fucking kills everybody else.
yeah. Because I've been like, what? I was going to attack that person. What are you doing? What? Stop! Let me attack some. Stop!
I will say they all play very differently. And Nightwing is not a stealth person. Like you can stealth with all of them,
Yeah, can you imagine?
but
Like, I tried to stealth with Jason Todd. That was fun. Can't see me.
it's
You can't see me. I'm a big buff Jack dude. You can't see me.
yeah. The best way to describe it would be like Jason Todd is or Red Hood. We'll just call it by their character names, I guess. Red Hood, strong attacks, very tanky, single target. Batgirl, like health regen, AoE, AoE damage, and then uh, Nightwing would be AoE damage, but supports and buffs. He's the buff, right? Like he buffs everybody else. Because I think when you're with me, when Red Hood's with him, he gives Red Hood an extra 15% damage in range. Yeah, it's something like that. But basically, he buffs the party. And then Robin, poor Robin, doesn't do anything without the other players. Like it's literally just stealth. But if you're playing by yourself, Robin is so much fucking fun because you play the entire game like if you were playing Metal Gear Solid or Splinter Cell. You're just taking out all these missions, and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna be stealthy as shit. And then you step on a fucking platform and then get caught by everybody.
Yeah. Uh, Also, Robin can stealth kill the tanks, and that's huge.
In normal mode, he can't. He can't on all of them in the harder difficulties.
Okay, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, instead of stealth takedown, you get stealth strike, which is like ridiculous damage. Like I do like 3/4 of their health, but it's not an instant takedown anymore.
That's stupid. Also, some of the bugs in the game, like, really, really piss me off.
Yeah, they're fixing them, but
Like, some of the movement with the characters, like, you've heard me just, like, be pissed.
dude, oh yeah, the collision detection on these characters, they don't bounce off of each other. They stick, right? So like your character, my character, and then they don't fucking move. We literally have to go away from each other and then go like
I'm
walk
literally,
past
like,
each other.
yelling at you to get out of my fucking way.
And I can't. I'm just like I want to go where you're at. You want to go where I'm at, but we're in each other's way. And there's like at least in some games you bounce, right? Like so you hit each other and then you can like rub and then just like go. But not in this game. The moment you touch each other, it's like two Velcro balls just and then
Yep.
yeah, then you can move.
Yep.
That's the best way to fucking describe it. And it's annoying. And it happens a lot because
All
this
the
game is one of
fucking
those
time.
games where if you're like looking in a certain direction and let's say you go left, you have to move forward a little bit before you go left. It's not like an instant turn. So, they did it for realism, but this isn't a realistic game. They could have just made that way more arcadey, and I think I would have appreciated it more.
Yeah, and, like, there's also things, like, when you do, like, there's been times where I've dodged a move, and it's like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, yeah, I did. And then it'll be like, oh, you're gonna do perfect evade as the bonus, and like you time it perfectly, and it's like you didn't do it, and it's like, but I had the slow motion effect that showed that I did do it. Like, what the fuck? And it gets so frustrating to the point that you're just like, fuck the bonuses. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of all these guys.
Which is normally my go-to move anyway.
Yeah, it is. It's so frustrating because like I'll be on like the final objective for the bonus and I'm about to do it, and then all of a sudden you just fucking bounce in out of nowhere and kill the person. I'm like, Eric, Do you pay attention to any of the fucking bonuses?
And this is where I like the game because the combat is really good. When I'm playing Nightwing, I just completely I'm oblivious to what the actual objective is. I'm just like, haha, I kicked this person in the head, and like, and I just keep going. It's so fun.
And then there's me in the background being like, Eric, we have objectives to do. And you're like, ha ha, ha ha, ha, fuck you.
It's just like, hey, we have to do a stealth takedown. How about I just run into the room, tell everybody I'm here, and kick their asses?
All right, let's get to the story.
Okay,
So the
yeah.
main story is about the Court of Owls. Um, bunch of bitches, little bitches. They're all bitches. Kick their asses. Let's be real. We kick their asses. Um, but the end of it, so it's pretty much the whole story is about the Court of Owls with a splash of the what's their fucking names? What's her name? Ra's al Ghul's people.
Oh, the League,
Yeah,
League of Shadows.
with the splash of the League of Shadows in it, like every once in a blue moon, it's like League of Shadows people, and like they don't really become a main part of the story until the end of the fucking game, really. Like at the end of the game is when the League of Shadows become important, and it's like you're already like max level doing all this stuff, doing all the missions, doing this, and it's like, oh, by the way, let's just throw the League of Shadows in here at the end to make this like the ending of the story, because Talia Razgul, whatever her fucking name um, is the end villain. Everyone, spoiler. I don't like. I'm sorry, but it's like been 2-3 weeks that this game is out. I don't give a fuck anymore. It's like movies. Like after 2 weeks, you can spoil shit. Um, she brings Batman back, brings him back to life, and then Batman just fucking sacrifices him again.
That fight though, that fight when because we all called it. Like we called it
Yeah,
way before we even made it. They're like, yeah, nah, Batman's not really gone. Like he's got to be like this whole the whole story revolved around the Lazarus Pit, and I'm just like, nah, yeah. When the whole story revolves around the Lazarus Pit, Batman's not dead.
no, and then
He's just not.
and then the fucker. I'm sorry, they could have gotten out of that without Batman killing himself. They could
I
have.
mean, but then it would be another Batman game and not Gotham Knights. But
It
another
wasn't
thing
a
about like
Batman game.
I know.
It wasn't.
I, it just I feel like the game has potential because we haven't done any of the case files. We
I mean, we
haven't
were doing
done.
a lot of Harley Quinns when we last played.
We did all of Harley Quinn's that was required up until the story got to the main mission, and then it was like an introduction to the case file system, and just we just completely fucking ignored it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we did.
I do feel like if they were going to release expansions or do this as what's the other game that Marvel had? Marvel Avengers, where it's like a service game.
Yeah.
I believe this is better than Marvel's Avengers.
I mean, we should just call this like Destiny 3.0.
Yeah, I mean it's a looter shooter, right? So you're not far off.
Yeah.
It's basically what it comes down
It's
to.
not.
Except
Honestly, I feel like it's
except you
not a
don't get to
complete
loot.
game. I don't feel like this is a complete game.
Yeah, I actually agree with you there. Although I thoroughly enjoyed it, I do not think it was a complete game. What I think this was is a platform to launch more content on. So they released the base game. You have all of Gotham, which is it's a decent size, right?
Yeah, if you
Um,
didn't have fast travel, it would have gotten annoying after a while. I was getting pissed.
yeah. So it was actually, so it's a decent size. And now that you have all of Gotham, really they could just do a bunch of shit. Like they could release a lot of case files revolved around Batman's villains or make new villains, and you'd have an infinite story because it's not like every Batman story happens in a different place. It all happens in Gotham.
Yeah.
So there's nothing stopping them from making a new story, and this is or like the work is already there. And like I said, they actually released new DLC today, which is supposed to be a 4-player like raid like a hardcore co-op thing, which I'm pretty sure me and you could probably
I
handle
was
it,
about to
but
say
we'll
we'll
see.
fucking see.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll
We'll
see if
fucking
four
see.
people are actually required.
Because
But
if I need to, I'll go to Jason Todd and just fucking wreck everyone.
yeah, and I can go back to Nightwing and then wreck face that way. But I kind of like,
I mean, I love Batgirl. Like she's fun.
yeah, I feel like Batgirl Nightwing is just too broken because I can buff you and then you can heal,
Yeah,
and then I also have a heal, so nobody would die. Like literally, we just stay in our little bubbles and kill everything.
yeah. It's
And
just
and
go ahead,
yeah,
go ahead.
uh, that's like the main thing. Everybody feels overpowered when you're teamed up with people, even by yourself. Everybody feels kind of overpowered, with the exception of Robin, and that's why I'm sad because I absolutely love Robin in this game.
it's
But hey, what are
just
you gonna do?
it's just like I said, it doesn't feel like a complete game. I feel they could have added more. I definitely think they could have added more because, like I said, the actual gameplay story, like the main story, you can probably complete like in all honesty like 5 hours. Like I felt like we finished it pretty fucking quickly, but we also did a lot of just the crimes and constantly kept doing crimes, going back to the Belfry crimes, not even going to do the main story. We were probably max level when we actually did the story or got close
Yeah,
to max level.
I think
Like,
we were max level by the time they actually.
well, the final level, it said, like, the final mission said between 22 to 25 for the level, and we were level 30.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that,
which isn't even the final level, by the way, because New Game Plus actually increases it to level 40.
which we got to in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, dude, would they? Was it me or did it feel like the experience that you got in New Game Plus was significantly
it
more?
was like, oh, you did this quick little crime. Here's 30,000 experience points. I was like, excuse me,
Right?
excuse
It basic, yeah, like we would have to do an entire like arc of something and complete the entire fucking map to gain one level in normal mode. And if we did the exact same thing in hard mode, it's just like you went from level 30 to 35. So, like instantly, you're like, what? Okay, so one more of these and I should be good to go.
yeah. And we were still getting like AP points too. If you notice, even at max level, like we were still unlocking AP points somehow. I was like, how am I unlocking AP points? I'm max level. It,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a beautiful game. It really is. I will say the crashes were fucking annoying because I started crashing and I wasn't the one that was having crashing issues.
And then yeah, so I had my first crash. I almost returned the game.
Yeah, you couldn't even get the game to fucking play.
Yeah, when I first got it, it would not play. And I was just like, God damn it. I don't know. I like restarted Steam. I I did the bug check just to make sure that everything was there.
Yep.
I uninstalled the game and reinstalled it. And I like, what the actual fuck? It like and then I know this sounds dumb, but I did this too. It was the second time because after I turned off my computer and turned it back on, I also tried it. It didn't do anything. I had to do it again. I had to do it twice, and then it started working. And then it never really gave me an issue until that day that I can't fault the game because you and I both got logged out of Steam. So
Yeah, that
I'm
was
pretty
definitely
sure
a Steam issue.
that was a Steam issue. But like even so, that was still fucking frustrating.
It was so annoying. Um, let's see. What else can I bitch and complain about? Because I felt like I was bitching and complaining about a lot of stuff. Um, oh, the fucking gunfire, like the range, fucking aiming mechanic. Like some of that shit pissed me off. Because like, there's no like auto lock. Like if you're facing the person, it locks on. So like, I'm facing a person. I go to fucking do a range move, and it aims completely the wrong fucking way. Did
Yep,
that shit to
I
me
got
all the fucking time.
so
Pissed me off.
you know what I learned? If about the game, and I meant to say this the other day. It's not where your camera is aiming; it's where your guy is looking. And if somebody steps just like a little inch forward, your guy will go to look at somebody else, literally, and then hit them.
It
And
fucking pissed me off. The amount of times I was like, "What the fuck?" I yelled it several times. I
how many
like,
times? How many times did we go to stealth take down somebody and we like threw a dart at their face?
literally every fucking time. It happened to me every fucking time. I was like,
I,
I got this one, and I'm like, I'm right behind them, and I'm like, stealth takedown. And I was like, shoot them, and I'm like, no, stealth
literally,
takedown.
it looked like you were just crawling up behind her, like I got this, and then you just smacked him in the ass. Like what the fuck?
Well, see, for everyone else, it was smack them in the ass. But since I was Jason Todd, it was like,
Oh.
I'm gonna do a backflip, ba-bow, and I'm like, oh! Why? So
Oh
I was
my
the
God.
fucking idiot that was like, doo 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 doo, and then I go to fucking and I just shoot him.
I think one of my favorite moments too is like I wasn't Jason. You were Jason. I was Tim Drake.
Yeah,
And we were fighting cops, right? And then we were on
sure.
the roof of the building, and we were just knocking them out. The whole thing was just like we just had to knock them out. And I took a cop and I threw him off the building, and you were like, oh, "You killed him." I was like, "Oh shit! Yep, he's dead."
Because we had to do stealth, and you just kept hitting him to make sure like he couldn't react, and then you were like, whew, and I'm like, what'd you do? You killed him.
Threw him off the building.
It wasn't like we're on like a small building or anything. We were up like 80 stories or something, and I just see him go, woo. And I'm like,
In my head, it's just like in my head, this is all I heard. Batman doesn't kill people. It's a good thing I'm not Batman. And I just threw him off the building.
and I'm like, and if anyone that should be doing that, it's probably should be Jason Todd. And I'm Jason Todd, and I'm like, you killed Kenny, you bastard.
I like how we were both on the edge of the building too, and we just looked over and we're just like, ooh, let's not bring this up. we're
You know what that
murderers
reminds
now.
me? You know what that reminds me of? You've seen the other guys, right?
Yes.
Aim for the bushes.
For the bushes.
That's what it felt like. I was like, oh, you just killed a man. Just killed a man. It's fine. No worries.
Oh, that was so funny. I think the thing was I wasn't even trying to like push them off. I was just trying to hold them, and I was gonna hit A so we could do like a team up move. And I was just like, woo! I was like, oops.
That's another thing. The team up moves, like I don't know, because like there's a moment where like it slows down, and I don't know if like we're both supposed to do something, or it's just you slowly killing someone.
Oh no, that's like a dramatic thing that they added to the
Okay.
game, which I appreciate, dude. Like there's one with the bow staff with Robin. Literally, it slows down and he comes down, hits the guy in the head, and the bow staff bends, and you could tell that it's like, oh really fuck. Some of these hits, they're not knockouts, man. They're fucking deadly.
They're killing hits. Like there's some with Jason Todd that I'm like you and I both went, ooh.
Yeah,
Ow.
I'm just like, yeah, Jason Todd just killed that dude. Everybody's killing everybody. I don't know. I haven't really seen Batgirl's takedowns, like the co-op takedowns.
I haven't seen her co-op takedowns, but her normal takedowns are brutal.
Yeah,
I feel like she got her like rule book on takedowns from Jason Todd, Red Hood, because like Red Hood, he's just like there's some like if their opponent like has like a knee on the ground, he'll jump up on their knee, jump up in the air with his butt end of the gun and just like, rah, I'm going to kill you. And I'm like, bro. Or like he'll just grab them by the ankle and like fucking power slam them to the ground. But I'm like, what are you doing?
Nightwing does that. Remember when Nightwing would like run up their body while you're holding them, toss them, and then do like a trapeze thing and land on their face while they're on the fucking floor, like full body weight from like 20 feet in the air, just straight down on their head. Like, yeah, that's a knockout. That's a fucking murder move.
There was one time I was constantly doing takedowns and like I was used to it, and you haven't seen it yet with Red Hood, and you're like, you just murdered him, and I'm like, I haven't really been paying attention. I've been doing this the whole time. I'm gonna be honest here. There's just like the takedowns are sick. Like I will say, like the takedowns are great. I do feel like the bat whatever you want to fucking call it, uh, it needs to be faster because, like I said, their R2 move, like you don't need it.
I will say,
I mean, when you're Red Hood, you don't need
yeah,
it.
the bike is faster.
I don't know.
If
With
if
Red Hood's Mystic Leap, I was keeping up with you on the bike.
well, but it is slightly faster. That's the thing. It is slightly faster. The problem is you don't have a direct path to where you need to go. Because if we were just going from one like end of the highway to the other end, like on that bridge or something,
Yeah.
and unless you use your Spider-Man move to like zip line a little bit, the bike's probably gonna win. And that's just because the bike has an easier start. Like literally, it's just to hold down the
Unless
gas.
a taxi just appears in front of you.
Oh my god! So the first week of playing this game, there was a glitch where the taxis would fly across the screen to spawn in directly in front of you, and it wasn't there before. It just came out of nowhere, and then he has the audacity to fucking honk at you like you're in his way. Like, no, bitch, you weren't here. he, he just came out of nowhere.
The audacity to honk at us. What are you like? You no. You are not here. You don't honk at me. I should be honking at you, motherfucker.
Oh man! But overall, it's a good game as long as they fix up the bugs that we mentioned, um, and they start releasing more content for it. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be pretty decent.
Do we want to go into the ratings? Because we're already at 40 minutes. It doesn't feel like we're at 40 minutes, but
Oh
we're
shit,
almost
for
at
real?
yeah we're almost at 40 minutes. We're at 37 minutes right
Oh, okay. Graphics. What would you rate
now.
it out of
I'll
five?
give it 4.5.
4.5.
Yes,
Fair. That's fair. Um,
because I
I'll
will
give it
say
a four.
this. I will say like there's some moments where I'm like that doesn't look good. I feel like
Yeah.
also the fact that we can't swim kind of pisses me off. I will say that. I didn't realize we were doing Grand Theft Auto 3 where you die if you go in the water. Just saying.
It's just like, well, you got to imagine those suits are heavy, right? No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
those suits are heavy, but you're telling me none of them know how to swim, especially like Red Hood or something? Or fucking Nightwing? Guy's a fucking acrobatic and he can't swim? Come on, man. Come on.
Hey.
Get me, man.
He does, I can't say anything. Yeah, you're right. It's just it's dumb. But I feel like they did that so we wouldn't leave Gotham. Also, they make Gotham into a fucking island. Anyway, um graphics I'd say yeah, for gameplay.
um, the bugs pissed me off. I will say the bugs pissed me off. Are we talking about just gameplay or combat or both?
Combat. We'll go with combat mostly.
3. 3 out of 5. It's lucky I'm not giving it a 2.75. I don't like.
Really?
Yeah. The whole fucking terrible locking system really bugged
Okay.
me. Like it really bothered me because there's moments where I was facing someone and I'm trying to like fight them, and like if your body just turns slightly left, it'll aim at someone else, and it really fucked me over sometimes, and it got me killed. So I will say that that bothered me a lot, and that's why it's getting a 3. If they fix that, it will jump up to like a 4. But that right there, it just the amount of times that I died as Red Hood when I shouldn't have died because of the random ass locking system was a lot.
I feel like it's a bigger problem on Red Hood than the other characters because you're relying so much on your range weapon.
Not just that. I'm also a tank, and like I'm fighting. Especially since you always had to have me fight the tank because I did the most damage melee or ranged. That like I'm fighting him and keeping like the tanks off of you, so you can handle them. And like if like another wave of enemy comes in, like behind the tank, it completely fucks up everything, especially with Red Hood.
Oh, before we continue with this grading system, because I'm going to give gameplay a 4. I really enjoyed it.
Okay,
Obviously, I really enjoyed it. But before we continue, can we both agree on one thing?
what?
The most annoying thing in the game, the drone controllers.
Oh my god.
These and it's not just the normal drone controllers. It's the hard difficulty drone controllers. The ones that little have spike emblems. Because I did not know this. They will literally dodge every single one of your moves unless you hit them with an AoE or you do your shotgun blast to like knock them on the floor so you can go and set up a grab. But here's the thing, right? You would think, oh, that doesn't sound too difficult. He's got 2 drones trying to shoot you while you're trying to do this. And if you manage to get to him and grab him just in time, the grab takes long enough for one of the drones to go, oh, you're an easy shot.
Yeah,
And then shoot.
and that proves my point why I give the combat a 3. Because when you have to grab those stupid drone motherfuckers, the grab in general takes forever. And then the mechanics with the grab, if you're almost finished, my food is in the picture. When I'm almost finished, oh, ADHD, everyone, I'm sorry. When I finished, like when you're getting close to finishing the animation for the grab takedowns or like even a throw, just like a little tap or just like a shot can stop it, and then you have to do the animation again, and it's so fucking frustrating. It's so stupid, especially when there's even perks for some of them. I think for Red Hood, if you're no, it's Batgirl. I think um, you can't be interrupted when you're like doing a takedown or something, and you still get interrupted, and it pisses me off. Pisses me off. It's stupid.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like that's more of a get good stuff on us to pick our targets better because I know snipers can hit you out of things and their drones can also hit you out of things. So like I I honestly think the technique for handling those drones is to or the drone controller is to take out the drones first or at least one of them. Wait for the other one to fire, then start doing your stuff. But it's just annoying when you have to do that and fight everything else all at once. And I get it, it's supposed to increase the difficulty, but I agree with you. The fact that they literally dodge all your shit and they can only be hit with the AoE or shotgun thing is just pain in the ass. But
Also, the people in like the pig mask that can revive people that I didn't know about, they're tougher than the fucking tanks.
yeah, so I got spoiled on something and I don't want to say it. It's part of the case file stuff. You find out why later when we're playing the case files. That one specifically is Harley's because each case file represents one of the factions that we're playing up against.
Yeah. It's just I don't
So
know. It pissed me off. Like that just bothered me. Yeah, I'm like I'm doing all this damage to you, and I've done a speck of health. I'm sorry, what?
okay,
But
all right. So
that's why the gameplay slash combat gets a 3 from me.
all right, I was still gonna give it a 4. There are some annoying parts about it. I feel like you did have a harder time with it because Jason Todd is. I just feel like he's really range focused. So I agree. I don't know what else to like. There's really not a whole lot of music. There's like
Is there music?
there's background sounds and stuff like that. I like all the character interactions with one another. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
the interactions are
Like
really good.
yeah, it did seem like an actual family type thing. Um
I will
and then
say
Alfred is beast.
I will say Jason Todd's, I think, is more of a compelling story because he just got back from the Lazarus pit. He's just got back alive. He was dead, and he's trying to relearn and acclimate himself and like how to interact with everyone again.
Yeah, like everybody's is really in depth because you actually had Jason Todd, so you found a lot of his personal story. I had a lot of Robin's, and a lot of Robin's is just like he he feels like he doesn't deserve to be Robin. His whole thing was just like I should have been there. Like if I was there, Batman would be alive now. Like I don't deserve to be here. He always feels left out and like treated as a kid. That's why if you ever see the videos, like it's literally the three of them. Uh sorry, it's normally Jason Todd, uh fuck, what the hell is his name now? Jason Todd, Nightwing, and Batgirl. I can't remember Nightwing's fucking name at the moment, and that's gonna piss me off. But anyway, it's the three of them talking to each other. Meanwhile, Robin's just like, "What you got there, guys? What's going
What's
on?"
going
And he's
on?
kind of
What's
just
going
looking.
on here?
Yeah, it's because he just feels like left out. He feels like he's not important. So that's his whole story is basically not feeling important.
And the thing is, and like, because you were Robin for most of the game, I saw Jason Todd trying to be like, no, shut the fuck up. You are important. Like, stop reacting that way. You don't realize how important you are.
Yeah, and then at one point, at one, this was probably one of my favorite scenes when they realized that the oh shit, what are they called? The zombie ones.
The Talons?
Yes, Talons. Thank you. When the Talons were like the dead brought back to life, and they're basically just zombies. They're uh, Tim Drake was just like, "Oh well, I mean, we're not Batman, and they were already dead, so we could just kill them." And Jason Todd's like, "Yeah," and Nightwing's like, "No, like, we can't see that." And then Alfred's just like, "You can't stoop to their level. Bruce would never do that." And everybody was just like, "God damn
Night-
it."
Meanwhile, you with Nightwing. Wee! Yeah, Jason Todd like pushed it
Shit.
to like story wise, pushed it to the limit a lot because he was like, "Well, I mean, we're not Batman."
I feel like if I would play this game at least 4 times. Hear me out, right? I would play this game. I know we're on the rating system and we just completely fucking bypassed it, but I feel like I would play this game 4 times, not for the main story, but for the character stories, just so I can actually see them interact with each other from each one of their point of views.
Yeah.
And if that means I had to play through it 4 times, well, I mean, obviously the game's only 5 hours long, so it wouldn't be that bad.
No, it wouldn't be. Um, what would
So
you
let's go with an overall.
Well, wait. I want to ask. What are you rating the main story?
The main story, it's average. It's a 3.
I
I
agree.
I feel like they didn't need to do the whole Batman thing at the end, but I appreciated fighting Bruce because that gave us. I wish we would have recorded that too, because just like bring it, Batman, bring. Oh shit! And he kicked our asses. He like we didn't die. Obviously, we beat the game and stuff, but like for a second there, we're like, oh man. I remember you going, "There's a health bar. I haven't seen a health bar in this game." And that's when I realized, oh shit, he's right. We've never seen a fucking health bar in this game.
I was also like, he just like kept throwing you around. So I'm like, all right, you do range. I'll be up there because I'm Jason Todd. So like, we're just being like, me and Babber are going at it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm dead. I need you to revive me. You thought.
Oh my god.
You thought you had the power.
That's So that's one thing that Nightwing has above everybody else. You know how you have to time your dodges perfectly?
Yeah.
I just had to hold the dodge button down, and he does all. You ever see him do those acrobatic things where he's just kind of doing flips over and over and over again?
I mean, I just felt like he did flips all the time. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, he does flips for his attacks. He does flips for his dodges, but his dodge window is basically as long as I can hold that button down. So as long as I'm holding that button down, he's not getting hit by anything.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. And the thing is,
Do I have something
when
I
I
can
let
throw?
go, he'll he'll do this like floor slam and
Mhm.
not freeze, but do damage to anybody that's around him.
I'll
So
just do
it's
this
kind of
floor
fun.
slam. I'll just do this floor slam. I'll just dodge the whole fucking time. Fuck you.
So what about you, man? Story wise,
I'll give it a
I'm
three.
giving it a 3. Yeah,
I'm gonna give
it's
it a
about
three.
average.
Should have been longer. I will say that now. Because like I said, the League of Shadows or whatever the fucking name is, uh, they really don't become important to the story until towards the end.
Yeah,
Like most of the time, like you'll have like I think you have 4 interactions or 3 interactions with Talia Razgul or whatever the fuck her stupid ass name is. I'm just gonna call it
yeah, just
Talia.
call her Talia.
I'm gonna call
Yeah.
it Talia. Talia, which was her being like, "I'll keep the Shadow Legion at bay. I'll help you guys. I'll keep them at bay. They want to kill me more than they want to kill you guys." And it's like when, like the first time you meet her, I'm like, bullshit. And then she's the final boss, and she was actually leading the Shadow Legion the whole time. But you don't interact with the Shadow Legion until literally the end of the story.
Yeah. So basically, she did trick me. So basically, when I first started playing, I was like, okay, cool, Talia's gonna be the boss. And then there was one scene where she like tricks you into fighting the Court of Owls, right? But then I thought this is probably the only way Talia would have gotten us to actually pay attention to her was to force us to fight the Court of Owls. So when she was just like the Court of Owls are your enemies, I was like, okay, that's fair. Now I believe her, because I thought she was like not like the Penguin, right? Because the Penguin's in this game,
Well, I mean,
but
she
he's
was
kind of a good guy, but not really.
apparently she was fucking Batman. So
I mean,
apparently it's. I mean, she kept saying, "My beloved, my beloved,"
it's whatever. Everybody fucks Batman.
and I'm like, "Bitch, you know how many side hoes he has? Like, come on now."
Like everybody.
Oh my
Everybody's a
god,
side
the
hoe.
dance scene with Batman though.
Yeah. Yes. With the statue. That's
That
great.
was probably my favorite. Honestly, my favorite scene. And then
Mr.
Jason,
Wayne.
and then
Mr. Wayne.
they're like, "So that's how we got to do it. We need someone to do the dancing." And everyone's like, "No." And then Jason Todd's like, "I'll fucking do it. Let's do it."
Oh man. Overall, I'm gonna give it a 4. I really enjoyed it. It's not like the best game, right? It has its bugs, but it's not as buggy as like the new Pokemon game or Cyberpunk when it released.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Pokemon's really fucking buggy. Um, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because I did give it a lot of threes and I think one 4.5. Um, if they fix the bugs fully, then I'll give it like a 4. But the combat bugs really bothered me. The stealth bugs really bothered me, and yeah,
Just hard to figure out who you can stealth take down and who you can't.
because there's some characters that I'm like, I'm pretty sure I stealth took like take them down last time. Like I took them down, and now it's like, you didn't say the magic word.
Well, I don't know where it happened, right? But like at some point, I realized why am I not taking them down? And then I look, and it's no longer saying stealth takedown; it's saying stealth strike.
Yep,
And I'm just like, well, okay, well that's dumb.
I agree. I fucking completely agree. I probably
But I didn't know this until the end of the game. You can go back into stealth.
what?
Yeah, you heard me. you can fail the stealth takedown, like do a stealth strike, and then immediately go back into stealth. Or at least it's very easy with Robin, but you can do it with all the characters. With Robin, it's just like, oh yeah, I have an invisibility cloak, and it just go invisible.
I mean, I use the smoke bombs a lot, and I still feel like they saw me. And
If
I'm like, what the fuck? It's not fair.
yeah,
I'm like,
or that
why would you
the
do this
one
to me?
mission, how do they see me? I don't understand how they saw me. And I was like, Matt, you're standing in front of their fucking turret.
Sorry, like, I'm not trying to be distracted by what we were talking about because I heard everything you talked about. But I just heard a little girl's voice and it scared the shit out of me. So, real quick, people. I'm pretty sure my family has like an attachment. And it's my parents. It's not me. I mean, it could be me. I did go to a haunted museum in Vegas. But like, I swear to God, I just like heard a little girl's voice come through my headset, and it scared the shit out of me. When I was like, why are they focusing me? You're in front of the turret, and I'm like right before that, it was like, Matt, and I'm like, what's going on? It scared the shit out of me. Like you'll see it in the moment of it, where you'll just see me go.
Well, I saw it.
I was freaking out, man. I was freaking out. But yeah, the amount of times that I've been like in front of a turret and didn't realize I was in front of a turret. You're like, you're in front of a turret, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And then I got shot. And I'm like, oh.
It's just this red laser. It's just like, how'd they see me? How'd they see me?
No, there were some times where I was like, how did they see me? Because like I was nowhere near them, and they're like, Red Hood's here, and I'm like, what? No, I'm not. You don't see me. I'm like 2 buildings away. What?
I like how there's. So I got a buff with Robin where like I got extra stealth things where like they literally have to be right on top of me basically to see me. So it's funny that I can like take somebody down next to somebody else and they don't notice. However, you could take somebody down on the other side of the truck and they're like, "What was that?"
Or you can take
Oh,
someone down, right, stealth take down someone right in front of them, and they don't even notice. And you're like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Like the amount of times I was like, you don't see me, you don't see me, you don't see me. And then I'm like, fucking Spider-Man away, Spider-Man away, Spider-Man away, Spider-Man away.
uh well, I feel like we should be close to an hour now, right? I don't want
Yeah.
to go over too much. I see you got your food. I can smell my food.
I mean, my food's is almost completely eaten. I was eating
Yeah.
because I was like,
I'm hungry, dude. So
um,
yeah, overall, I'm gonna give it a 4. You're gonna give it a 3.5, and I still recommend it. If you're a Batman fan, I recommend it.
I'll definitely I'll definitely recommend it, especially like if this DLC is good and like they fix some of the stuff, which they did say they're trying to fix everything. So yeah, I definitely say check it out. Also, like, yo, G Fuel, want to sponsor us?
Yeah, reach out, come out.
Reach out to us, baby. I'll gladly support you because your shit is delicious. I'm going to be honest.
All right, I'm gonna have to check that out too.
Yeah, I would and it's sugar free. So means you'll kill yourself some other way.
Yep, cancer.
So yeah, everyone, I would say check it out. It's a great game. I gotta learn video editing because yeah, reasons.
All right, guys.
So
Well, you know my catchphrase: be excellent to one another.
and party on, dudes. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll see you next time.